Page 8, Christopher Columbus. This is the first piece in this book that I'm covering because I don't cover pieces unless there's actually a staff there and music, written music. I don't cover the stuff where you're just reading finger numbers. So let's start here. And this, hopefully now you're in a method book that teaches you how to read the music, because this is more of a repertoire book or a book that's just a collection of pieces to play. So you understand the symbols you're seeing here. I'm not here to teach you these symbols in this kind of a book. We're just going to kind of cover the rhythms and what we need to cover to get through the pieces. So I have a set process I go through in learning a new piece of music, and that's what I use in these videos. You'll have your own process. Your teacher has their own process, whatever. But in the videos, I use mine. And the first thing I do is I like to look the piece over. I see it's got 3 lines. A line is the 2 stabs that are hooked together. That's 1 line. So there's 3 of those. There's a repeat sign at the end of the second line, so it's actually going to be longer than 3 lines. At the beginning, you see a treble and bass clefs. I always check the clef signs because they don't have to be treble and bass. They could be whatever. And 4/4 time signature. So we're going to count to 4. Well, there's 4 counts in a measure. I assume you know what a measure is and all that junk. And we're counting quarter notes. So they're the same as 4 quarter notes in every measure. Well, look at the first measure. Those are all quarter notes, and there's 4 of them, and they're all in a measure, so it all works out. Yay. And we have quarter notes and half notes. Remember, a half note is the same as 2 quarter notes. It gets 2 counts in 4/4 time. Then I'll check the notes and all that. So in the left hand, you're starting with thumb on G here. That puts your hand here. And the right hand, when it comes in, you have thumb on middle C here, and that puts this hand, so we're in C position here. And when it goes 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the idea? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay. Once I have the notes and the rhythms and that all figured out, the fingerings, and I go back through it and work on the hard parts and get rid of any hesitations. The beat has to be a steady beat from start to finish. No hesitations allowed. Please, if you're hesitating anywhere, work on that spot and get rid of it. Don't let hesitations stay, because if you do, they'll become part of your plan. You'll always hesitate it there. Been there, done that. Bad idea. And once I have that, then I think about, here are the dynamics. They have an MF at the bottom staff below it. That's not really where it goes. That's what they've done. You see the dynamic, how loud you play, the dynamic. You should get 1 dynamic. It should be in the middle of the staff in most cases, and it applies to the melody. And then you have to figure out what the melody is or where it is, because it could be wherever. And that dynamic applies to the melody, and if you're playing anything else, this simply has to be softer than that. Well, in this piece, it's all melody, so okay. But you'll see the MF or mezzo forte at the beginning. That belongs between the stabs, in my opinion. It's kind of crowded with the words, but okay. Moderately loud, medium loud, sort of loud. Here, whatever you think sort of loud is. I can't tell you. It's not a set value. It's a range. It's just in the loud area, but not too loud. And then in the third measure, you see the F between the stabs. That's where it goes. And forte is loud. Now you come up a little bit louder here. Just a little louder than your sort of loud. And then in the second line, you see the MF. But again, the MF belongs between the stabs, not at the bottom. And you're going back down to moderately loud, and then 2 measures later you go back up to loud. Well, the last line, there isn't anything given. That's okay, because when you're given a dynamic, you stay in that area until you get another dynamic. So in the second line, third measure, you get a forte, that for loud. You're going to stay loud all through the third line there. The whole line is loud. That's sort of the dynamics on this thing. And then finally the speed. Moderately fast. Well, if you're going to sing it, how fast would you sing it? It's probably kind of a happy song. I don't sing in these videos. Good grief, you don't want that, believe me. So if you want to sing, you'll go right ahead. But if you're going to sing, I suggest you do it like after you know the piece and you're comfortable with it. Then if you want to try singing, because that's just another thing to think about. So moderately fast. Well, fast would be about this. That's fast. Medium or moderately would be around here. Here. Well, you're just a little faster than that. Somewhere in there. Again, it's a range. If I played it 10 times, I'd probably play it at a different speed every time. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the road map, what I call a road map. The road map is when do you go where in the music? Because some music, you just start at the beginning and go all the way through and you're done. That's easy. Other music, you're going all over the place, like here. You have a repeat sign at the end of the second line. That means you're going to go back and play the first 2 lines again, so you play them twice. Then you do the third line. Now there's a note under the staff of the third line to go back and play the first 2 lines again for the third verse. That's why you got 3 sets of words there in the first, okay? So you play the third line and then you go back and you play the first 2 lines again. So it's really considerably longer than it looks. Please don't copy me. That's just an idea of how it can be played. You don't have to take it at that speed. Don't have to take it at how loud I do it. The electronics I use in these videos wants to even out the volume. So it's hard for me to get louds and softs to come out in the video. It sounds great here, and then in the video it all sounds pretty much the same. It's unfortunate, but that's what it is. I don't know. So don't copy me necessarily. You get into it and you play it at your speed and your loudness. I'd like to play it together, the 2 of us together, playing at the same time, so we can check to make sure you have the right notes and the right rhythms. I don't do any dynamics, no louds or soft. I play it all about the same, because all we're checking here is notes and rhythms, and we go really slow. We're not performing it, we're just checking notes and rhythms. But I am going to do the repeat, and I am going to go back to the beginning after doing the third. We're going to play the whole thing. We're just going to go really slow. So I'm going to give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. That's 4 counts. And then we go. Make sure you can play this through with no hesitations or anything, or this won't work. So you learn it first, and then come back and play with me. And I put the starting point of the Play With Me section of the video in the description, so you can go right to it when you need it. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Repeat. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. third line. To the top. There is a duet part for this at the bottom of the page. I'd like to play that sort of, and you play what we just played. And this again is after you know it, because I'm going to speed this up a little bit. We're going to play it a little faster than we just did. Now the duet part has a bunch of half notes and rests and things, and we need to keep the beat. I can't hear you, I can't stay with you. So I'm going to make up something or play what you're playing so we can stay together. So I'm going to play something on every beat. Now to make this work, I need you to go up on the keyboard. So just pretend that middle C, which is here, just pretend that it's actually this C up here. Just go up one C. So instead of here, you're up here. Play it all up here. You're up here. Play it all up here. It'll sound a whole lot better if you can do that. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go.